I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. We're expecting more snow tomorrow, extending a winter that has taken its toll on the Newburgh Beacon ferry service. New York Waterway halted the service January 4th because of Hudson River ice, but the situation took a costly turn when the ice buildup not only damaged the ferry dock and pier, dock actually broke away and floated a short ways downriver. Today, the crew, including a scuba diver that were hired to do the work, were on scene doing repairs that will allow them to put the separated dock back in place. Newburgh Mayor Nick Valentine is hoping ferry service can be resumed in the next few days.
We did some communication with New York Waterways, and they told us that they've got some work that they've got to do both, in the water and with bringing the dock, that floating dock back in. It's going to take a few days to do that, so we're being patient, but it's certainly something that we look forward to in the spring because the ridership is wonderful. I mean, I just love the fact that so many people use the ferry from this side of the river to get to Beacon and get to, obviously, to the train to New York City. It helps us economically, and so when it resumes, it's going to be a plus for Newburgh.
Since January 4th, ferry users have been provided bus service to get them to the Beacon train station. About 180 commuters use the Newburgh Ferry to get to New York City. When the Sullivan County court trial begins for the man accused of trying to run down a state trooper, Judge Frank Labuda may be presiding over the court proceedings. The defense and prosecution have called that into question since the judge's son is a state trooper who was at the scene of the incident on Route 17 in Memicating last September. 28-year-old Jason Jeter of Napanock will be tried on felony assault charges. Police say he was pulled over for tailgating but then drove off, dragging trooper Kenneth Boris along Route 17. Boris was able to shoot Jeter in the thigh, a shooting that a grand jury determined to be justified. Judge Labuda could decide to remove himself from the case if his trooper's son is called to testify. Area Congressman Maurice Hinchey says he has a plan to get rising gas prices under control. The Ulster County Democrat says Congress needs to take action to restrict speculators from driving up oil prices. His plan also includes making price gouging illegal and discontinuing subsidies to oil companies. Hinchey says predictions of $4 a gallon gas by summer will further slow our economic recovery unless Congress takes action.
We are fortunate enough to earn your vote and have your support being your county executive for the next 4 years.
Supporters of Ulster County Executive Michael Hines say one good term deserves another. To no one's surprise, Ulster's first ever county exec announced plans to seek a second term on Monday. Hines, a Democrat, says if re-elected, he'll continue his work to reform county government, pointing specifically to the overhaul of the county's problem-plagued health department as an example. Hines might have a clear path to re-election. To this point, no Republicans have decided to enter the race, although there are reports that Town of Ulster Supervisor James Quigley is considering a possible run. Also on the local political scene, Sullivan County legislator David Sager is making it known that he won't run for re-election this year. Sager represents District 1 in the western part of the county, and he made waves last year when he switched to the Democratic Party to run against Republican State Senator John Bonasek, a race he lost. And in Kingston, another Gallo could hold the position of mayor. Current City Assistant Corporation Counsel Shane Gallo says he'll run for mayor this year. He's the brother of the late T.R. Gallo, who served as mayor of Kingston for 8 years before his death in 2002. And in Orange County Court today, a woman was indicted in connection with a jewelry store heist. 29-year-old Cerisa Williams is facing charges of grand larceny and possession of stolen property. She was arrested March 4th for stealing gold bracelets from MS Jewelers in New Hampton. State police arrested her after the store owner detained her inside the store. Williams continues to be held on $20,000 bail in Orange County Jail. We should be bracing for another messy weather day tomorrow. It'll be a day of mixed precipitation with up to 4 inches of snow accumulation possible in some parts of our region. Temperatures will stay in the 30s. Periods of rain and snow early in the day on Thursday, with the highs again in the mid to upper 30s. You will get a whole lot more than just the weather forecast when you visit Record Online, and you'll always find out what's happening when when you pick up an edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.